Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Lady G's Garden Cafe. How is everybody doing? How was y'all day? Did y'all have a good day? I hope everybody had a good day because I certainly did. And I did it, guess what? You said it on purpose. Well, y'all, before we get into it and get into what we're going to get into, let me tell y'all what I'm drinking. Today I have honeydew melon with green apples and celery with a little drop of peppermint essential oil. Now, I haven't tasted it, so I'm going to see how this tastes, y'all. That's good. I can taste that peppermint. That's good. So, yeah. So, y'all doing all right? Is everybody doing okay? Y'all, I've had a fabulous day today. Some good things have happened, and I'm going to share some of that stuff with you guys later on down the road. But I'm just so excited. Y'all know me. I'm always excited. Well, this morning, well, actually yesterday, it was this song on my heart, y'all. Now, y'all don't get me wrong. I don't think I'm like the world's greatest singer or anything like that, but I just like to sing. I like to make a joyful noise. So, and I hope y'all do too. But anyway, it was on my heart yesterday. I sung a little bit of it, and then this morning I woke up and it was just boom. So I said, y'all know what? When I come to the garden, we're gonna sing this song, and I want y'all to help me sing this song. Okay? Is it okay? It's okay for me to sing this song? All right. So I want y'all to help me sing this song because remember what I said. I don't sing long songs. I'm 60, so I can't be remembering all them verses. So most of the songs that I sing, even though I don't own the rights to them, they are repetitions. So y'all join me, okay? This how I go. Run, church, don't look back. Run, run, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run, don't look back. You better run, don't look back. Run, run, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run, run, don't look back. Run, church, don't look back. Run, church, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run, run, don't look back. Flee fornication, don't look back. Run, church, don't look back. Flee temptation, don't look back. Run, church, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run for joy, don't look back. Run for hope, don't look back. Run for peace, don't look back. Run, run, don't look back. Run, church, don't look back. Run, church, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run, run, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run, run, don't look back. Run for peace, don't look back. Run for hope, don't look back. Run for joy, don't look back. Run, church, don't look back. Run, church, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Y'all, that song was just all up on me this morning when I got up. Run, church, don't look back. Don't you dare look back. Honey, you better keep on running because when you're running in a race and you start looking back to see who's catching up on you, you slow down your pace because you got to keep looking forward. You got to run. So flee all that stuff, honey, that's holding you down. Let it go and run. Honey, and when I was thinking about that song, I thought about when I was a young girl. I think I probably was about 8, maybe a little older, a little younger. And let me tell you what happened. My mom had given my sister and I some money to go to the store. And so we were on our way walking to the store. And I don't know who had the money in their shoe, either me or my sister. I don't know. And we were walking to the store. And these two boys, if I remember correctly, and these two boys came up on their bicycles. And they was like, I know y'all got some money. Which one of y'all got the money? I was like, y'all, I'm the baby of the family. Did I say that? I'm giving disclosure. And so I look at my sister. I say, she do it. And I took off running, y'all. I took off running. I ran. Honey, that boy was chasing me on that bike. You know he couldn't catch me because I was gone. Honey, feet don't fail me now. I was gone. Yeah, y'all probably say, you left your sister? Yes, I did because I never been a fighter. The way my body set up, I never was a fighter. The way my skin set up, I never was a fighter. I ain't believe in getting all bruised and beat up if you didn't have to. And somebody is always going to have to live to tell the story. So, I don't know if she stood there and fought. I don't remember. I don't know. All I know is the dude on the bike was chasing me, but I made it home. By the time my sister got home, I was sitting on the couch going, and so sometimes it's good to run. Y'all remember that movie, Friday, with Craig, and he was getting ready to fight. I think it was Debo or whatever. And he had that gun, and his daddy told him, he said, no, son, use these. He said, if you use your fist and fight with your fist, you'll live to fight another day. So I'm not a fighter. I've never been a fighter, and that's just how it is. And at my age, I don't have no business fighting no way. So, no, unless I'm just backed in a corner and ain't no way out. But I try to avoid that at all costs, because that's just not me. I can't do that. But anyway, so as I was thinking about that and laughing and everything about, and I'm just sorry, sister, for leaving you, but sissy, I had to go, girl. Did I ever say I was sorry? Well, if I didn't, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Anyway, so that made me think about a story in the book. Yes, y'all, it's in the book. Now, in this story, we're talking about Joseph. Now, Joseph was a young man, okay? And Joseph was called the dreamer. And he was his father's favorite, y'all. And so his father had made him a coat of many colors. And he was wearing that coat and walking around there prancing in that coat like he was a peacock, honey. And none of the brothers had a coat. He didn't make them a coat of many colors. So the brothers had conspired against him. And they decided, and Joseph was, every morning he'd get up and he'd tell them about this dream. Oh, I had a dream. And he'd tell them this dream meant that I was in leadership position and y'all was under me, basically what he was telling them. And the brother was like, and the daddy was like, you trying to tell me I'm going to bow down to you? What? So the brothers got jealous, honey. They got to the point where they couldn't stand Joseph because, number one, he was his father's favorite. Number two, daddy made him a coat of many colors. What? We don't have no coat. What's going on? Honey, so they went out hunting or wherever trip they went on, and they conspired and came up with this great idea. First, they wanted to kill him, and Reuben was like, "No, y'all can't kill him. If y'all kill him, that's gonna kill Dad. That's gonna break his heart. We can't kill him. So what we do? Let's go ahead and take his coat." They put him down in a hole. They took his coat and they slaughtered the animal and they put the blood all over it. They was like, "We'll just take him back and tell him we don't know, we can't find him, we don't know what happened to him." Well, then along came some people, a caravan of some people, and they sold him to them people. So he ended up in this land, away from his family, away from friends, away from everybody he knew. And he went from there, from the pit, he ended up in the king's palace. So as he grew older, he ended up in the king's palace, y'all. So what had happened was the king had so much trust and so much faith in Joseph that he told Joseph, you can be over everything you want to be over. You can be over anything except my wife. You control it. You run it. You run it. Do what you got to do. You got that power. So Joseph was like, oh, yeah. And the book said Joseph was real handsome. He was a real handsome young man. Nice to look at. Probably had a nice physique and everything, And so it was Potiphar. It was the king's name. And that was the palace that he was in. He was in Potiphar's palace. And honey, one day, Potiphar's wife, she started looking at him like he was a hot biscuit with honey on it. She was looking at him and said, Now the king had already told him, you can do whatever you want to do, but just don't touch my wife, right? So one day, Joseph was walking around there doing whatever it is he was doing, carrying out his duties that he was, instructed to do. And Potiphar's wife came up there. Hey, what's up, Joseph? What you doing? What you doing? Why don't you take your shirt off? Joseph was like, oh no, I'm handling the king's business. I'm just doing what he told me to do. She was like, come on, why don't you take a break? I got my servants can give us something to drink and we can just sit here and talk. I'm gonna find out about you. Where you come from? What's your people name? What's up about you? Can I just use my Holy Ghost imagination to talk about this story, y'all? Cause woo. So Joseph was like, okay, no, I'm over here. I gotta go. I gotta go do this and I gotta go do that, right? So she followed him. So Joseph, you got all this power. You might as well be the king. And the king is gone and he ain't gonna be home for a couple of days, couple of hours, whatever. And ain't nobody gonna know. Ain't nobody gonna know nothing but me and you. And Joseph was like, no. The king has given me specific instructions that I am not supposed to touch you. So it's too much at stake. No. Honey, she rolled up on him and she was pushing up on Joseph, honey. She rolled up on him. She said, I'm the queen. I got a lot of power too. I got just as much power as the king. And you know what? You fine. Joseph, you kind of fine and handsome, don't you? And she probably, don't you ever wonder, what it'd be like to be with a queen? And it just be our secret. Honey, she rolled up on Joseph, and Joseph was backing up. I could just imagine in my mind, y'all. Joseph was backing up and backing up. She was going in close and close. You know, Joseph, you want to get to know me better, don't you, Joseph? Joseph was backing up, honey. She grabbed him. She grabbed him by his coat, honey. And Joseph was like, "Oh no, I'm not supposed to touch you. You are forbidden. You in the forbidden zone. Nuh-uh." Honey, she grabbed onto his coat. Joseph looked around trying to find an escape, honey, and he started running. Honey, Joseph ran. He ran out of his coat, honey. Left her holding his coat, and he was gone. Sometimes you got to run, honey. You got to leave some stuff behind. You can't be taking all that stuff with you when you're running. You got to run light, honey. Joseph was running. He ran to safety. He was like, "Ooh, that woman is crazy. She trying to get the king to kill me. What is wrong with her?" So he was sitting back trying to collect his thoughts and get his mind together. So here come the king. The king showed up. "Hey, babe, what's going on? What's up, queen?" She was like, honey, you just ain't gonna believe what happened. Look, I got his coat. He was like, "Who coat you got?" Joseph tried to rape me. He tried to rape me. The king was like, "What? How dare he? I told him he got the power over everything. The only thing he was not supposed to touch was my wife, my good thing, my sugar." He said, "Bring Joseph to me." Honey, they went and got Joseph and brought him before the king. The king said, "Didn't I tell you that you could touch anything in this palace, but you could not lay your hand on my wife?" Joseph was like, but nothing. I gave you an order as the king, and I told you, don't touch my wife. And she was like, "Yes, he did. He touched me, honey. He tried to rape me." And Joseph was like, he said, to the dungeon. Send him to the dungeon. And he sentenced Joseph to the dungeon, honey. So Joseph was in the dungeon, and Joseph still wasn't bitter. He wasn't angry. He wasn't all mad and upset and going down there talking rough to the prisoners and the guards and giving the guards a hard time. But he went in a spirit of meekness. He went humble. He went and sat in that dungeon, y'all. Even though he knew he was innocent, he sat in that dungeon. But he ran from that wife, honey. Child. Came, there was a baker and what do you call them? One was a baker and the other one was I'm gonna think about him in a minute. Anyway, they came up in there and they was like, "Wow, you up in here too?" He put us in here too. I'm the baker, y'all. He sent us up in here, and I don't know, he got mad and tossed us up in here. So anyway, they started having a dream, huh? These folks started dreaming because, remember, Joseph was a dreamer. Joseph had dreams ever since he was a little boy, and he was telling his family about the dreams that he was having, but they didn't appreciate his dreams. So I don't know if y'all noticed, but did y'all notice that ever since he went into that pit, he didn't have no more dreams? You never heard about him dreaming until after he got into the prison with the baker, and I'm trying to see who this other is. It was two of them. It was a baker, and I think it was I'm trying to think what his name was. He was the one that was over the butler. It was a baker. Thank you, Holy Ghost. It was a baker and the butler. So he was like, all right, well, cool, but he never had another dream since he came out of the pit. Remember that. So he all up in the dungeon, honey. Next thing you know, the prison guard was like, "Joseph, you all right with us. You all right. We're going to put you over all the prisoners. You're going to be over everybody because you got it like that. You just a man of demeanor, and you're a man of peace, and you're a man of structure. So we're going to put you over everybody up in this prison." So what happened was the baker and the butler, they had a dream. They started dreaming, honey. So the baker came to Joseph, and he was like, I had this dream. And Joseph was like, I can interpret a dream. It's like, how you going to interpret a dream? Can't nobody interpret dreams but God. Who you supposed to be? He's like, well, tell me your dream. So the baker told Joseph his dream. And Joseph told him, though the butler told Joseph his dream, and Joseph told him that means you're going to be restored back to your place with the king. All right. So he's like, okay, cool. So the baker had a dream as well. He heard Joseph telling the butler about his dream, interpreting his dream. So here he come rolling up there. Hey man, I see you. You know how to. You got that gift. You got that gift. So will you? Can you interpret my dream too? So Joseph was like, yeah, I can interpret your dream. If the Lord's will, tell me what it is. So he told him his dream, and Joseph was like, oh, in 3 days, the king gonna call you out. You're gonna be delivered from prison. But what's gonna happen is you're gonna lose your head. He was like, wait, what? What? Wait, that ain't what I want to hear. Think about it again. Go back to the Lord. That ain't God. That ain't God. So they went on, just like Joseph said, honey. 3 days, the guards came and they called the baker, and so Joseph said, look, all I want you to do, bake a butler, because he knew the baker wasn't going to last. But he told the butler, he said, all I want you to do, he said, when it comes to it and you go before the king, remember me, tell the king about me, right? So, honey, he said, I will. I got you. I'm down with you. I'm going to tell him all about you because, man, yeah, the Lord, the Lord really deals with you in dreams. I'm going to tell him. So they got out. The baker went before the king. The king said, off with his head. What? Kill him. The butler went before the king. The king said, I'm going to restore you back to your place. Matter of fact, I'm having a feast tonight. I want you to go in there and take charge and do what needs to be done. He was like, all right, cool. Forgot all about it. It was some years had passed, y'all. All of a sudden, since the butler got so excited, I can understand him getting so excited, y'all. But what happened was the king started having a dream, honey. The king started dreaming, and all of a sudden, the butler had an aha moment. He was like, that's right. That dude that was in prison with me, he know how to interpret dreams. So he went before the king and he told the king about Joseph. So Joseph came, he said, okay, can he interpret this dream for real or not? Remember now, he had to run from his wife. That's why he ended up in prison, because he was running from his wife and she lied on him. So the king had told him to come on, summons them to come before him. So Joseph went up before him and he said, okay, I had this dream. Nobody, he said, my magicians, my soothsayers, my warlocks, my witches, can't nobody interpret this dream. You think you can tell me about this dream? He said, well, tell me the dream. If it be God's will, I'll be able to tell you. If the Lord give me the interpretation, I'll tell you what the Lord said. So he told Joseph his dream, honey, and Joseph interpreted his dream. And after Joseph interpreted his dream, he told him, he said, what's going to happen is it's going to be 7 years of plenty, and it's going to be 7 years of lack. He said, what we have to do in king, in those 7 years, you're going to have to store up your storehouse. You're going to have to store up your wheat, your barley, and everything. You're going to have to store up so it'll be enough to last, because a famine is coming. So he was like, oh, okay, I like the way. So guess what happened? It happened just the way he said. And he said, I'm going to restore you. He put him back in his same position and gave him that power. Yes, he did. So sometimes when we running from situation, go on and run if you got to. If you got to run from fornication, if you got to run from gossip, if you got to run from lying, honey, go ahead and run. Don't stand around and let people set you up if you don't have to. Let them lie on you. Whatever people is saying, let it be a lie. Don't let it be the truth. Whatever people gossiping about you, let them be gossiping lies and not gossiping truth. Don't let it be true, whatever they're saying. Potiphar's wife lied on Joseph, but God still made a way for him. And not only that, them same hateful brothers that hated him ended up having to make a trip all the way to where he was. And because God had allowed him to interpret that dream, he was able to feed his whole family, nations of people, because he was humble. Sometimes you have to run. It doesn't mean that you're a coward because you run. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. You got to know when to walk away. You got to know when to run. So even though he was lied on, and even though he spent years in prison because of a lie, he never lost his dignity. He never lost his integrity. So I want to encourage us on today. There may be situations that's happening in our lives that we may have to run. You may have to run for your very life. Brothers, if that sister pushing up on you on the job, if you got to run out the break room, run. You may have to run out of your coat, run out of your jacket. But if you got to run, honey, take the time to run and save your life, honey. If they lie and say you did this or that, let it be a lie. Don't let it be the truth. Sister, if that brother, I don't care how much cologne he got on, I don't care how good he look, I don't care how fine he is, honey, if he pushing up on you, you know you married, you know that is not your husband, that is not the man of God that God has for you, run, sister. Sometimes it's better to run. And then remember in Forrest Gump, when he was running, and all of a sudden people started running with him. They started running. And they was like, Forrest Gump, what you doing? He was sitting down interviewing. He said, I was running. Sometimes you got to run. Run for your very life. Don't sit there thinking, saying, I'm strong enough, I can do it. I can withstand temptation. I can do this. I ain't gonna worry about fornication. Oh, I ain't gonna tell no lie. I ain't gonna do it. Oh, I ain't gonna gossip. I just stay here. I'm just gonna listen. Honey, sometimes you got to jump up and run. Run for your very life. Don't stay around thinking that you're stronger than what you really are, because sometimes we don't realize how weak we are until after we fallen. Then we be like, well, man, I didn't know I was gonna get myself caught up in that. Be like Joseph, honey. Run for your life. And because he ran, he ended up being over everything. He ended up with the power, the authority. He ended up with the ring. He ended up with everything except the king's wife, which he didn't want no way. So Don't let anybody make you feel like a coward because you run from a situation or because you removed yourself from a situation. Run, honey. Run for your life. Run to the hills. Run. Paul said you did run well, but who did hinder you that you obey not the truth? Don't start out running and stop. Pace yourself. You ain't got to just take straight out in a sprint, but just pace yourself. Run. When you see a lie, just jump over that hurdle. Run. Run. When you see temptation, jump over that hurdle. Run. Run. When you see backbiting, jump over that hurdle. But you have to run and don't look back. When the Most High deliver us from something, keep running. Don't look back. Remember Lot's wife when they were exiting out of Sodom and they were exiting out. She looked back, and what happened? She turned into a pillar of salt. While you running, don't look back, but keep your eyes forward. David said, I will look to the hills from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made the heavens and the earth. He shall not suffer my foot to be moved. Let me tell you, run, church. Keep running for the Lord. Don't give up. It gets hard sometimes. Sometimes people will tell you, well, when you come over on the Lord's side, it's going to be easier. No, that's not true. Life is not going to be a bed of roses because you have given your life to the Lord. But it will make it easier. He will help you carry the load so you won't be by yourself. So I just want to encourage you to run and don't look back. No matter what situation you find yourself in, honey, don't try to stand there and fight that by yourself. Run. You know some things that you got a weakness to. Ooh, look at him. Don't stand there looking at him. No, don't do that. Don't stand there doing that. Don't do that. Run. When you see a situation that you know you are weak and you know you should not be, even if you feel like you're strong and you know you shouldn't be in that situation, run. I just want to come in the garden today and encourage us to run. Keep running, honey. Don't give in. Don't give up. Don't quit. Run. Run for your very lives. Run for peace. Run for hope. Run for honesty. Run towards integrity. Integrity is just doing the right things when nobody is around to see it. So I just came in the garden tonight to encourage everybody to run and don't look back. Can I just sing a little bit of that song? Because that song was just in me. Run, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run, church, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run for Jesus, don't look back. Run, church, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Flee fornication, don't look back. Flee temptation, don't look back. Run, don't look back. Run, don't look back. All right, y'all. Listen, if y'all are watching me via Facebook, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and share this video. If you know somebody that need to run, or you know somebody that need to run, share this video with them. And if you're watching by way of YouTube, I want to encourage you to hit that thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the YouTube channel, what in the world are you waiting on? Run and do it. Come on and do it, y'all. Listen, I just enjoy being here in the garden with y'all today. And I just want to tell y'all that I am just so grateful for those of you that take the time to sit down and watch these videos. That it's just so much fun for me. And I just hope that it's blessing you all. So send me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. But at the same time, keep on running and don't you stop. So until the next upload and the next time that I see you in the garden, y'all have a blessed and wonderful day and run on purpose. Later, y'all.